that's why I'm done kind of pushing for representation, because I think white people made representation our reparation. Your representation. Look, I ain't got to be in another movie, another feature film, none of that shit.
Hey PBP family, you already know who it is. It is your girl, your sister, and your best friend, 777 AM, welcoming you back to Point Blank Period for our third episode. Today, we're talking about reparations. Somebody call the president because we need to hear from him.
Hi guys, it is your girl, your sister, and your best friend, 777 AM, here with my sister, Angelica. We are here. Today's show is going to be about what? Reparations. So our drink today is in the vein of reparations, just to kind of like think about it. Definitely. It is called 40 Acres and a Mule, but we're not talking about no Moscow Mule. It's something different. We kind of mixed it up a little bit. So our ingredients that you're going to need some vodka. We started off with some, what is this?
Tito's.
Some Tito's. We're not saying the name.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Okay, no names, but okay, we gave you that little secret. But what is it in the...
It's some vodka, and then we have some blueberries, raspberries, and
lime, just in there marinating. So we just marinated some fruit here. Then we have some more mango vodka. Then we have our ginger beer and our lime juice just to top it off. So the first thing we're going to do is what we always do. We're going to sugar these rims. So we're going to use limes today.
Okay.
Get you a lime to sugar your rim. You could. All right. Quickly and quietly, and trying to get as much juice as you can. I probably should have.
These are juicy.
They're pretty juicy.
They're juicy.
Yeah, I must have got these from Whole Foods or something. Disclaimer, we don't know them. All right, so we're going to sugar our rim like we normally do. Get it all cute. You know, it makes us feel better to sugar a rim. I saw something where they kind of like did a little drip of sugar on their mule cup. So I'm gonna try to do it, but if it don't work, it is.
We gonna succeed. We ain't just gonna try.
We gonna do it.
We gonna do it.
All right, so we gonna try it.
We have achieving.
Okay, have it like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, look, this little drip. All right, so we put this right here. So next up, per usual, we like our drinks cold, so we gonna drop a little ice in there. I'm doing our best to drop a little ice in there. I can ice you up real quick.
Ice me?
We can do a switcheroo. All right, after the ice, Jolica, what's the next step? You know this.
All right, so next we put in a little bit of our flavored vodka. We put some over to the side, make it a little easier for us. We got a better shot.
All right. So we're going to put a little flavor. Don't worry about a shot. Just pour it in there.
Okay.
So we don't have no mess.
I like to be a little bit heavy-handed with my shots.
Yeah, make it cute.
Go.
Okay.
Cute.
With our shot, or, a little bit splash, however you want to call it, we're going to put some of our marinated, what do you actually call it? It's not marinated. What is it called?
It is infused.
Thank you. Goodness.
Infused.
Got me saying marinated. And I said it 5 times.
You can marinate. We marinate it with vodka.
All right, so we're going to put some of that. Ooh, oppa. That was for the homies.
Right.
Okay, we'll try to put a little bit more.
Our vegan homies.
Yeah, they needed that.
Get something to eat and they get a little drink with it.
All right, so the next step after we put that in there, we're just going to put 1 shot of mango vodka because we getting it real turned. We like a little something different.
Turn up.
Might as well. This is for what they owe us. All right.
Ooh.
It's all good.
Get that in there.
All right. So,
all right.
Cheers.
I just want to take it, but we're going to get it.
Act crazy if you want to. Look, act crazy if you want to. All right, so next we're just going to top it off with some ginger beer.
Oh, and we got to put a little lime juice in there.
Oh, look.
Little dash of lime.
I'm speeding because I want to try it already.
Dash of lime.
So a little dash of lime juice. We'll say a half a shot of lime juice. We're being very technical on today's episode.
Yes.
Half a shot of lime juice.
And
then we're going to finish it off with some ginger beer.
A little bubbly.
Angelica just going to get this all over with.
No, I ain't going to get it.
All right, all the way to the tippity top. I like adding one little fresh raspberry at the top of both.
I know, because you fancy.
I keep it fancy.
You fancy.
For my...
Can I get a... Thank you.
For my folks who couldn't do it.
Thank you.
And this is what it looks like. We'll do the other ones later. So you want to try it now?
Yes, let's do it.
Cheers.
Cheers.
40 acres and a mule. I love it. Only thing I'm mixing is my straw. I'm a straw girl. I need straws. But it tastes amazing.
You got that spicy ginger beer, and then you taste all the fruit in there too.
Any hints of blueberry?
I got some blueberry.
Okay. I was just making sure, because I'll put that in the freezer last night.
And the blueberry got them all. And the blackberry.
So you going ahead and make you a 40 acres and a mule. I don't know. I probably got sugar lipstick right now. It doesn't matter. It's just that good, okay? So you go ahead and make you one, and then meet us over at the couch so we can get into the real conversation about reparations. 40 acres and a mule, baby. You ain't got to just sell plates. It's more to this. You can do something different. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you. Hey guys, welcome back. You already know who it is. It is your girl, your sister, and your best friend, 777 AM. And I am here with some of my best friends and frenemies.
Okay.
I'm joking. This is my family. This is my sister. You guys already know Lexi. Go ahead and introduce yourself. Say hi to the people.
Hi, I'm Lexi.
All right. She's excited about it today. Sitting next to her is...
Cordero, what's the word, y'all?
Nobody's excited about it, but you know what? We got Angelica.
And I'm Angelica.
Oh, whoop, whoop.
Okay, no, I'm just okay. But I'm Angelica. I'm the older sister and her first frenemy.
Okay, period. Next to Angelica, we have Melissa.
Hey, y'all, what's up?
Hey, y'all, what's up? That's what she said. And next to her is her husband, which is my brother, Trey. Some of y'all know him as Bernard, Bernie, B-Man, I don't know. It's a lot of different nicknames he has. I'm just joking. I made the last one up, but this is my brother, Trey.
Hi, yep, I'm Bernard. I am her brother, and I am excited about being here.
Yes, because this is his type of topic. Quiet on set. Look, quiet on set. You know how you have to do your little sister? I might have to pinch her neck, so I don't know. I'm just joking.
You better find somebody.
She's grown now. I can't pinch her anymore. But yes, guys, today our segment is going to be about reparations. And my brother-in-law had a really cool title of it. What was that title again? Because I just forgot. I don't know. My phone is up.
He forgot too.
I definitely forgot, but
we all forgot.
I'm pretty sure the idea was reparations, or what to do as far as with the reparations if you were to get them. You know, a lot of people need to know where rap would go and what to do with the money. You know what I mean? You see what happened with the PPP.
It was probably ratchet.
PPP wasn't enough money. Look, enough is enough.
It wasn't enough, so imagine 10 times more.
Imagine 10 times more.
Imagine 20 times more.
I can't wait. I cannot wait. So we're going to be talking about reparations. One of my family's favorite topics to discuss and talk about as we sip on our 40 acres and a meal. But our first question, just bottom line, do you guys think that black people need or should get reparations? Who we start with first? Who wants to chime in?
Sure. I would say that the whole idea of black people, I think when we talk about black people, that's too like spacious of a term for me. I would say that if you talk about lineage in terms of black people coming from America and being more specific, because it's actually illegal to give one thing to one racial group over another in America. So, you know, I would say there are some groups out there like ADOS that have really well defined exactly which way we can kind of look at reparations in the way that they frame it, in terms of it being lineage based versus it just being black people versus just being, you know, somebody coming in from Africa who may be at the top of their group in Africa and they're getting reparations, or they might have actually been a slave trader. Like, so I would say, in terms of black people, I would say
should African Americans get some extra money, aka reparations?
I would say American descendants of slaves. I think African Americans was created by who's the guy who did Rainbow Push?
Jesse Jackson.
Jesse Jackson, right?
Brother.
So, yeah. I mean, no shade to Jesse Jackson. It's just the fact that, like, in America, black people, right, have been defined by white people, right, or people who have been in power for such a long time, that it's time that we start defining ourselves. And I think that one great way to do that is kind of the way that ADOS has kind of etched it out there.
Okay. I think niggas need reparations. I'm not gonna be that technical. Okay.
I'm struggling.
Period. Post.
Send me my
Okay.
Free insurance or something.
Okay.
Direct deposit that. Yeah, of course, free insurance. It's ridiculous.
Let my school be free. Okay. Let my living be free. Let my food be free. Like, I feel like as an African American, I need an African American link card. Okay. I did all this stuff for how many years? The least you can do is say, hey, what you want? You want some food? Go ahead and get it. Whatever you need, I got it. Cause this is ridiculous.
Yeah, and like, I definitely agree with you, and I agree with you too, Trey, because, like, hey, we gotta be honest, because some of the people did not engage with the American slave trade at all. They were not ever, their family was never slaves. They came here and they paid to come here because they had a lot of money. Those people don't need that hand up. The people who need that economic step up, that equity, is the people who are descendants of African American slaves. And that's just it. And we need all those things you said. We need insurance, we need money, we need land, we need food, we need everything. We need education. Like, everything should be given to us, because, you know, and Trey, he had like a really nice video earlier where he was like showing like just the economic wage gap, and it included all black people in there. You know, it was saying that 90% of the wealth in America is owned by white people. And for black people, we only have 2.9%. And that's it.
But where's all the money being spent there? Who spends the most money?
Boomers.
Well, black boomers
Entertainers.
have some money, right? They have a little bit of money, but so the reason why they have that, right, is because, okay, if you build a country on the back of black people, right, and then you just say all of the stuff that they do, they don't get no money from that. But the people who own that labor, they get all the profits from it.
Yeah.
That's where it happens. That's where it occurs. They stealing everything. You know, those plantations, why are they so big? Why do they have so much money? Because they had
Free
thousands
labor.
of people there working for free.
Right.
You know,
Right. It really doesn't matter what people. I think the biggest thing with, like, even with black people, like, our own conversation when it comes to reparations, it's like, well, what if this nigga spent all his money on Jordans? I personally don't give a fuck if you buy Jordans with all your money. I'm gonna do something different with mine. But just like me, because you have that same lineage, because your family is still struggling like mine, then you still deserve it. If you want to fuck it off, or if you want to fuck it up with me, whatever you want to do, it's up to you. But you deserve your money. So, Joe Biden.
And I would say that, I would also say that when it comes down to the way that we look at reparations and what people get, I would say that it's important that we decide that we have special safeguards for the group of people who have been oppressed in America, with black people only being 13% of the population in America, and us only having 3%, like she said, 2.9% of all the wealth, us holding a large, vast amount of debt. I would say that the same way that the government has created Homeland Security, the same way that the government has created other organizations to help order and provide certain safeguards to the country, I would say, given the entrenched amount of racism, given the KKK and other groups that have infiltrated not only the police department but also the political sphere on a lot of levels, you would need certain people who are dedicated to going against that, and I would say that also will fall under the reparations. And you look at how the Jewish people got their reparations, and we always juxtapose that to black people in America, because they were able to find people all over the globe.
Come on.
Yeah.
So and they
weren't even fucked up for that long. Like y'all done had us locked up for not
400 years.
Right. Not 20 years, not 30 years, 400 years. I feel like people still don't even understand what 400 years looks like and feels like to a group of people.
Because you can't live 400 years, right? You could live the amount of time that the Nazis was doing genocide with the Jewish people. You could easily live that amount of time, and some people actually are still living from that time period at this point, right? But it's hard to fathom that, and the fact that I still can't go to certain neighborhoods in Illinois as a black person, and I'm afraid to get stopped. I'm afraid to go into a restaurant because someone might hurt me just for engaging with their business. Like, that also I should get something from that.
Right. It's slavery and Jim Crow, because Jim Crow, you had the black codes and you had the black laws and you had all these sorts of things that were created, that were crafted to further oppress black people.
And the diet and the food, which is why they don't want us to live, y'all. That's why. Just like I just thought about it because you just said that, and because what Trey was saying too. Sorry to cut you off, but that's why they don't want us to live for longer than that. Because if you live for 20 and 30 years, you can be a dummy for 20, 200. That's it. Don't just give me 200.
We talking millions. We talking millions.
You beat
we talking millions.
We ain't did it. We
absolutely.
I'm saying,
I didn't do it, but I still have a feeling of the overflow. It's kind of just the labor.
Government say tomorrow they want to give you $200,000 once a year.
Okay, once a
year. Okay. Now we like it. Now we're listening.
I got you. Go
ahead. $200,000 once a year. So $50,000 quarterly.
Oh.
So some shit like that.
Okay.
Anywho.
So what's up with it?
Fast forward. Let's say we do build our communities to the standards that we want, and we get it to look how we want it. We get the school system how we want it, and this. What y'all think gonna happen?
They gonna bomb us
live
again.
happily ever after.
Well,
they might bomb us again. I think the biggest problem with the African, black, whatever you want to call us, community right now is we don't have any political presence that is unified on a topic. That is not just like, but I think this and I think this. It's like, no, at the end of the day, we need some people to come together. We all need to come together and be unified on the topic of reparations and say, no matter what, this is where we're going. Even if I disagree with you about this, that, and the other thing, me and you are going to stand strong and unify on that topic. The main reason why a lot of stuff Barack Obama couldn't get done for black people is because we know the president is a figurehead. And with him being a figurehead, if we don't have a political jumping board for black people like the LGBT has, like white people have, like Jewish people have, where they can say, you won't get none of my money unless you move on this topic for me. We're not going to support you unless you do this for me. Until we get that, we are never going to get what we want.
Well, I would say to
get your reparations. When the government, this is how you gonna get your reparations. The government gonna put this this cardboard, right? They gonna put 3 tops on it. So you see how they getting rid of money, and they trying to get like Bitcoin and all that shit, and yeah. So they gonna throw that in your face when it's no good and give it to you and tell you it's the value of this, the value of that, and you're gonna build the communities and this and that, and they gonna bomb them, they gonna flood them, they gonna
could try
everything.
We about to turn the fuck up.
But
we about to get strong. See, that's the thing. I'm no longer afraid of the white man anymore. The problem is we need to realize our power, because America can flood, bank, bomb, burn, whatever the fuck they want to do. But once we're strong enough to decide, how about we flood, bank, burn, all this shit, all your shit, and then things will change.
So this is what I would say about that. I would say, first off, our moral in our country, right, is that we're the land of the free and the home of the brave. I can't move in fear. Okay. Not only just that, our country had a civil war to fight on moral ground to stop slavery, right? So in that instance, I have to believe as an American, and I also have to believe as somebody who has faith in the future. I can't believe that it's going to be a dystopian world. So that's my first space that I'm going to study. But I'm going to say, yeah, we have to prepare, and we have to let the people who know, we have to let the intellectuals be able to order people in their proper space so they can knock down some sort of issues that you're saying that may actually formulate in reality. So yeah, I think that everything's going to go smoothly. I mean, you can't get anything without
has gone smoothly.
Right, you can't get anything without having some sort of effort put into it and having some sort of putting something on the line, right? Having something valuable on the line that might not go in the direction that you want it to be. So to me, I would say, yeah, those things may happen. You might run into that issue. That's why you have to have people who are smart enough to look into those issues, put the proper safeguards in place, right? So that you don't have to continuously deal with that issue in terms of it being completely out of hand, it completely running amok. No, we have things like the National Guard. We have things like I said, Homeland Security. We have things like.
Look, if you strong and you black and you ready, if you want to join us on our reparations.
I mean, damn, we even have the FBI and the CIA. These are all groups that have been focused on stopping. If somebody decides to do something like that, that is an extremist group. Right.
Yeah, but white people have been extremist groups, and they're the head of those extremist groups. And we're going to get down to the bottom of this with this extremist group talk in a second. Just give us a second. Y'all, take a sip of your Moscow. What is that? They're not Moscow mules. Take a sip of your 40 acres and a mule.
Because these are colored. They're mules, okay?
They're bronze. They're copper. We're trying to change the narrative, Angelica. Give us a second.
Ain't nothing wrong with color.
Alright guys, so then we're back. What was how did we get stuff so quick? I don't know what to look at.
It's that 40 acres and a mule.
It's that 40 acres and a mule got me too turned up, and I'm so excited about the reparations that I know is coming. Even though I heard you guys heard about the reparations kind of thing that they said was happening in California, which is not what I was going to talk about, but anybody heard about that?
I ain't heard.
Yeah, I heard about it. I heard
about it a little bit.
What you heard, Melissa? Tell us what you heard.
So I know that they're actually discussing what it looks like. They have discussed, even though slavery may have not necessarily been in California like it had impacted in the South, there was still oppression in California. You still had people that had their land taken away. You still had people that had fled to California but had nowhere to be. And so they're living in the same sort of oppression as if you were in the South. If you look at Los Angeles and you look at how many people are oppressed in LA, talking about Inglewood, talking about
Oak Lawn and other areas of LA.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. This is basically how oppression is seen. This is how you would say reparation comes into play. You don't have to say that because I'm living in the projects, that's the case. Maybe I'm living in a nice area, but I still don't have the same sort of privilege as others. So in California, they are actually putting it on the board as far as what does reparation look like. I also know that one specific person who had owned the beach, it was originally a black beach, and they took that property away, claiming it to be, you don't need that beach. We're going to make it a white beach.
We about to whoop some ass.
But listen to this. They gave them some money. They gave them $32 million, which is like, wow, that's a lot of money. But do you know how much it's actually worth?
How much is it worth?
Over $100 million.
Yeah.
Well,
so how is it that you're going to give me reparations when it's a fraction of what it's really worth? Like that area itself, the square footage was a lot more than what they actually calculated for the whole beach, which is at least 20 acres.
Start using the calculators to give a nigga.
Oh, they was using a different calculator. Yup, they was using a different calculator. Okay, right.
But the thing about that too is the fact that like Gavin Newsom, which I think is the governor of California, or whoever is over it, I think it was in the news, but they were explaining how that it wouldn't include money. At first they started off with $3 million. Then they said it was $1 million. And then Gavin Newsom, I believe, I might be wrong about this, but you can look it up yourself. He was saying that they wouldn't even include money for it.
Yeah, white people got too
So to me, I would say these sorts of issues, like further, whenever you see something like that in the news, like first off, you see it in a highly populated space, like California or like even Chicago, when they're talking about in Evanston, where they're talking about, they brought up the word reparations, but the way that they're using it is bastardizing it and further confusing it for people so that people can say, well, they already gave black people reparations.
Oh, okay.
And in these highly populated spaces, not only just that, they provide, there are certain places in like Alabama, Mississippi, where these people are being completely disenfranchised and they need reparations almost more than any place else. So like when we look at those sorts of things, it's kind of also very offensive for them to bring it up in that respect, and for how unserious all of the whole conversation is very disrespectful.
And that's why I'm done kind of pushing for representation, because I think white people made representation our reparation. Fuck your representation. Look, I ain't got to be in another movie, another feature film, none of that shit. When you talk about the numbers and how many black people actually live in America, our brains are like, I guess they're brainwashing us to think that black people are everywhere. We're such a big part of American society.
Look at Beyonce and Jay-Z and LeBron James.
You would think that America was 50% black. You know what I'm saying? The way that they promote us and the things that we do.
So we the culture.
Right.
We the culture.
And what is the culture?
In metropolitan areas, sure.
Right? Come on now. Say it again for the people in the back.
We've always been entertainment. That's what they use us for.
Because we can run, we can jump, we can't really swim.
We can dance.
We can swim.
We can dress.
I think we did get a swimmer.
We can dribble. We can throw.
Right.
I feel like, you ain't got to give me no money, but I feel like for the rest of my life, let me get whatever car I want, let me live wherever I want, let me get any type of food I want. I want everything that I want. I just want to walk into the places like the president who forgot their wallet.
But you're going to do all that stuff without no money. I would say no, you need the money. You need the money. I disagree.
Pay me.
So the money beyond the vouchers give you options. And it allows
I don't want a voucher. I just want exclusivity. And it allows you to have your own ability to do what the fuck you want to do. So let's say you want to build your own business. They're only giving you vouchers. Then you have to try to figure out a way to save the little money and sell the car. No, fuck all that. Give me my money. Can I get another car for free?
Just make it straightforward and upfront.
I'm going to keep selling these cars, okay? I'm going to get a car, then another car and I'm gonna start selling the car. I'm only getting the highest priced cars, especially because they're free.
So think about the people who they have given vouchers to.
I don't want a voucher.
No, I'm just saying. Listen. Like, think about the Native American people. They have their own land, right? They have, which is really, they kind of bastardized, like, because all this land was theirs in the first place, but they gave them like this much land after taking everything, right? And then, they can go to our schools for free. They can get all the education. There's a lot.
We're actually bad.
Right, I stole
my granddaddy was horrible. He was horrible. His daddy was horrible. My uncle was horrible. His uncle was horrible. They don't want to do that. They don't want to look at that realization. I mean, shit, Ruby Bridges is still alive now. And and she had a lot of shit that she had to deal with, and she doesn't want to look at, well, my neighbor's neighbor, they didn't even talk to me because they saying that I was stupid for even going to a white school.
Right.
So
a lot of black people
have that
realization, they don't even want to have that.
No,
that's the worst thing.
Martin Luther King Jr.
And I was
they made us think Martin was gonna be 225.
No, the Boondocks was right. If he would have came in, he would have been like an old man, but like he wouldn't have been that old. He would have been the age of our grandparents.
But I would say that one of the, again, like if you want to fashion some of our understanding of what reparations looks like, especially when you talk about the places that have been hostile to certain groups, like in Germany, like, the way that Germany has looked at reparations is they want to educate the people in terms of what they've done, so I think that's important. I think America, when we see people like in Florida rejecting critical race theory, and you see all these other things, that is the opposite as to what we need to be doing. We need to be placing certain things. We need to be
talk about it.
We need to be placing.
Explain what that means.
Critical race theory is not even anything that will ever be taught in an elementary school or even a high school. It's not even for college. That was something that was specifically for law students, specifically. And people just heard that. They're like, oh, they teaching people this. And then it's like, yes, we can't talk about critical race theory because you can bend it.
So what is critical race theory?
Critical race theory is
that's
really
what people don't know what it's
is really, at the end of the day, it's just saying that it's talking about races in society and how races aren't really like it's really like a what do you call it? A construct. A society, and also, the way in which people are treated should be looked at, and it should be studied because that it leads to what do you call it? Hate crimes. So that is about hate crimes.
People are not different because I can give you my kidney. You can take a transplant.
No, not necessarily. Essentially, critical race theory is it's literal in terms of being critical, right, about racism or race in America. So what happens with one group versus another? Let's critique it. Let's talk about outcomes. Let's talk about why this racial group that's fiction, right? Why did we create this fiction for one group to be better than the other? Now, in some of the classrooms, people were talking about using critical race theory in the classrooms. But the problem is that when you look at history, for me, the problem is when you look at history and you see that, the way that they're mucking up history, the way that they're not telling history the correct way.
Yeah, especially with Texas.
This leaves the door. This leaves the door open for fools to come in and not only provide misunderstandings, but lead people astray in terms of saying, hey, it wasn't that bad for that group, right? and not actually being, like, again, critical because they're not critical about what's going on in the racial sphere, right? Even when you look at people like Obama, even when you look, they definitely soft pedal these sorts of issues. When you look at Joe Biden, he doesn't care that he's
remember what he ate for dinner.
He remembers how many niggas he threw in jail. Let me say that.
He remembers.
No, he don't remember that.
He don't remember that because he said he wrote the damn bill.
Did he do that? He's not claiming it though.
He said he wrote the damn bill for
throwing
all the people for the Carco
But he's not
state.
apologizing for it either.
So I'm certain that he knows what's going on with black folks in America, and I think
what
that.
about his best friend Jim Shoe?
What? Oh, Jim Shoe.
That's how you got the nigga too.
But
best friend named Jim Shoe.
But yeah, I mean, it's so offensive.
Yeah.
In terms of
blackface, like get your ass out of here, bro.
In terms of the way that they deal with black people in America, specifically the Republican Party, and then when you look at the Democratic Party, how unserious they are about so much. It's just, to me, I think this is the reason why certain groups like ADOS have become more radical in terms of their political understanding of not voting for the Democratic Party. Why not? Why would you not vote for the Democratic Party? Because the Democratic Party is not serious about your issues. Now you can run certain people. You can talk to them and say, I disagree with the way that you're looking at these issues, and until you get somebody who stands on these issues, like who elected Obama? Well, that was black people. Who elected Joe Biden? The Democratic Party needs black people because all the rest of these groups are not as monolithic as.
What does monolithic mean?
Monolithic means they vote as a group, that they're centralized generally. Black people are generally centralized in the Democratic Party.
We don't even have an income because we are pushing our groups.
Real quick.
And we're and then eventually even Bill Gates, as we discussed, said that 70% of the job force or the working field is going to disappear. So 70. Nurses, education,
and I believe this
you
was
name
in like
it's gone.
2012.
Well, let the computer teach their children.
So at some point, reparation is due to us because we're the ones we're the ones trying to educate ourselves. We're the ones that are trying to service other people. We are the ones that are the majority in the service industry. And if that's the first one to go, then can you imagine what's going to happen?
Right, they trying to make us super low class.
Start a riot.
And they really digging into it now. Like a lot of people, like since the PPP, like a lot of people started their businesses up and they starting to do things on their own and making this extra money. So the government is starting to come, or at least trying to come after them for Cash App or Zelle transactions and things of that nature. So recently,
come on now,
worry about yourself.
Right, man, your business. Get off my cash.
Meanwhile, Tom Brady had how much in a PPP loan?
Right.
Millions of dollars.
Right.
Does this dude really need that much?
Think about
He
it.
even do the services.
But they really out here like snatching people's Cash App and Zelles, like to the point where you have to get another number, everything, get another one.
Well, you know what? Just hold that thought. Before they snatch my Cash App or my Zelle, whoever that is trying to snatch my stuff. We just gonna take a quick break because it's getting a little heated. We about to, I don't know what we're about to do. Look, give us a second. Alright guys, so now to wrap it up. So the first thing I want to do, because you know it's the little tradition, to go ahead and give everybody their flowers who come on here. I just want to thank you guys so much for showing up for me. I thank you, Alexis. Thank you, Cordero. Thank you, Trey. Thank you, Melissa. Thank you, Angelica.
You're welcome.
Are we getting reparations?
I got her Genesian face on for this. You're welcome. Alright, but I just want to thank you guys so much. So to thank you guys, I'm going to give you your flowers. For the people that have been here before, here you go, boo.
Oh, thank you. It was a pleasure being on the show. Thank you for inviting me.
showing up for me. Today I'm not giving body yada, but I give you all so it don't matter. So how do you feel about it? I'm sorry, I'm plus size, and I'm gonna just be plus size. Here, Trey, this is for you. You know, men don't get their flowers. I love my brother. Lexi, you've been here before. You only get one.
001. And to my sister, who when we used to get into an argument, my mom used to make us hold hands and sing. I'm still scarred for life. Thank God I should do that. But I'm just joking. I do love my sister, and I'm so grateful for you guys being here. So to wrap it up, what we're gonna do is
I would like cash.
Thank God I'm 17 years younger than y'all. They will after this segment.
They did. They took one.
Oh, damn. I know they did because I had to switch it up. I had to switch it up. But with that being said, I want everybody to take a second and think about it. We're going to go around. We could start with Trey and snake our way over. End with me. Because I'm the Oprah
Okay, you are Oprah
of this group.
You're more like
Are y'all okay with that? Look, are y'all okay with me being the Oprah?
You're more like
absolutely.
No, okay. No, but I really do appreciate y'all coming on because, you know, it's so hard to get good people to come and show up for you, and I'm so appreciative. My family always shows up for me, so I always have to have them on. You know how those people be like, they start doing their shit, and then they like forget about their family. They don't put them on. I'll never be that person because I know where I came from, and I'll never forget it. So, these are the last two questions. Get your thinking caps on, guys and gals. How much should reparations be? And two, what you gonna do when you get your reparations? You keep some stuff, right? You keep some stuff a secret, but what would you do? And do you think, last thing, okay, we're gonna make it a 3-part. Do you think they're gonna totally devalue money after they drop our money in our account? Or are we gonna be able to live, like finally live? So starting with Trey, what do you think?
I personally believe that when we talk about a number, I would allow for an economist to kind of sit down with the numbers and parse it out because, like, especially with COVID and everything else,
we need more now.
How money is being thrown around, you would have to have somebody on the ball to actually kind of tell the difference. So I would say it would definitely be in the trillions of dollars.
In your account? I'm with you. They got a T in your account?
Not in my
Big
account.
T. They don't have a T for you? Big T, little A,
But
Trey.
here's the thing. How many black people is in the world? Because if it's in the trillion
40 million.
world, we talking
I'm sorry.
about in America.
40 million.
Excuse me.
About 40 million.
So if it's in the trillions, how much would that be for everybody? Like 2 million or something?
Again, like I said, I would allow for like an economist.
I want you to
kinda
guess
look
for
through
me.
it. I don't want to guess.
Do it. Come
honestly.
Well, okay, hold on. So if we're talking,
give me what the
but if we were talking hundreds of trillions of dollars, surely a million or two amongst 40 million people wouldn't be that difficult because we are talking about trillions versus millions or billions, right? So millions is not that difficult for 40 million people, right?
Not really.
So I would say in the millions is what's due to us. That's what I would say. Not like 1 or 2. I'm talking like enough. 10, 11 million. Like when you look at white families and you see what their bank accounts have. Right? Like
pretending like they don't have nothing.
Right. We don't need Jeff Bezos' money, but we would want it to eventually get to that space because Jeff Bezos didn't start that way, but he certainly ended up that way. He only started with $500,000 invested. So I mean, and that's in 1997, that's quite a bit of money.
Wow. Right. In 1997. Okay, I'm sorry.
So, no, absolutely. Like today, millions of dollars, $10 million of dollars. That's enough. That's enough to be able to start something. It's enough to be able to invest in something. It's enough to be able to educate other people, right? If I wanted to help others with their money and not spend it frivolously, as people would claim with our people. They claim that we spend our money on Jordans, in which actually we are the group that saves the most money. People don't say that though, because people just look at us and they say, oh, well, look at how you spend, you want to look good and this, that, and the other. When in actuality, we're actually not the only people that buy Jordans. I see plenty of white people that buy Jordans. I see plenty of Hispanics that buy Jordans. So we're not the ones that are buying Jordans like that, as they claim.
And they're really jealous that we can look good at low prices. Like we can go to Ross and we can put it together.
You know and throw the Jordans on with the Ross outfit.
Like
you would turn your Ross outfit up with the Jordans. How you stepping with that? Okay, got a $40 outfit on and some $200 shoes.
Let's be real. Who's the real ones buying Beyonce's fucking tickets?
It ain't us.
It ain't us.
Enjoy your Beyonce.
Those are mortgage prices. $1,400. Who is paying for? That's my mortgage right now. You want me to pay $1,400 for a nosebleed?
Turning to Beyonce.
Right. What you want to do? Make it happen, okay? Okay.
All the old singles. I don't think you're ready for it. Okay.
Okay. Kelly, who's gonna be Kelly and Michelle? Cause I got Beyonce on mine. Okay, you got it. Okay. Side note, can somebody ask Siri what is 2 trillion divided by 40 million? So then maybe we can see.
Give me that.
Cause I don't even
Let's see who's faster. Hey Siri.
Let me not even say that.
What is 2 trillion divided by 40 million?
I think that's 200 divided by 4. So that's 50.
50,000? Damn no!
That's why I said.
I need more.
That's why I said it's in 100 trillions. I won't even say it's 2
more.
trillions.
Oh, you said 100 trillions?
Yeah.
Siri. What's 100
Because you have to compare the money in slavery time versus today.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
In which slavery time was even a trillion or 2 trillion.
That's
Dropping
why.
my account.
That's why I'm saying
I'm
you
gonna
need
take
an
Diddy's
economy.
portion too, cause he
Yeah, for
don't
sure.
need it.
Because
Right,
there's no
and
way
I'm
for
taking
me
Gail's
to.
portion and Oprah's because
Cause
I haven't been through it, and Oprah too.
no.
Let Gail keep hers, cause she's still working hard. You can keep Oprah's though.
Family though too. Oprah worked hard. She came from the bottom, like.
She a big
And not even to say that I'm just gonna be riding.
Yeah, but she don't need the extra 2 meal though.
She does.
She'd be fine. Okay, thank you.
When I think about it.
Thank you.
I'm just saying, she came from the bottom, so I'm not gonna take hers away.
I mean, but she struggled with her network too,
Yeah.
compared to ABC Network or CBS Network
I'm taking
or
her 2
Disney
meal.
Network.
I don't care
You
how
know,
hard she
so
struggles.
I
She's
don't
fine.
see why she can't be a successful network like they are.
Yeah, and she
I
might
need
give
it.
it away. Like she like what that little pennies I don't even want it. But how much you think we should get, and what you gonna do with your money?
Well, I think that $2.5 million.
You accept that?
I definitely accept that. I would accept half of that.
No, you won't.
A quarter of that right now.
Okay,
right now.
Period.
In my bank today.
Period.
A quarter. Yes, thank you very much. I'm gonna try to set it up so I can make more money with it. Definitely. Buy some stuff, maybe some real estate in other countries too, you know what I'm saying? Everything don't have to come back to America.
Put your money offshore.
And yeah, I'm sure.
So you accept 2.5 million?
I definitely would.
Okay.
Today.
Today. It might help right now.
But the way the groceries is going, tomorrow it might have to be 3 million.
Okay.
Because they going crazy.
Yeah, I don't even think inflation is real right now. I think like the percentage point that they put online or when you looking shit up, it does not correlate with when I go to the store. It don't make sense.
And the reason why they're doing that is because they're like, oh, we have to pay people $15 an hour. No, stop it. So because if you think about it, if historically when they created the minimum wage, that was enough to pay a mortgage and take care of your whole family. You had a car, you could feed your family, all with that one minimum wage job as long as it's full time. Right? So that minimum wage job today should still be the same thing. It should do that same thing. So they should be making $30 an hour at least for minimum wage. And everyone else, move them up.
Period, Paul. Period.
Okay? And take away all my loans because I'm tired of them calling me. I don't have it right now. I don't. What do you think, Lex? How much do you need? What you gonna do with
How much do I need? I don't know.
Be real. How much do you need?
Shit, I'd take that $5 off the scratch off right now, but
No, I'm about to say 5 million, yes.
But I mean, shoot, I feel like if we have 200 trill, I'ma need that 5 mil.
Okay, because then what I would do with that money is start to turn it into digital currency. It's all going digital. I'm going to make sure that I have the best movers and shakers on my team. Hey, what should I be doing with this? I'm not going to have $5 million and be like, well, I'll just do this, that, and the third. Yeah, I'll probably use $1 million towards assets and buy more assets and property. But I have to make sure at least $3 million is going to make me more money later, because that's how black people don't survive, by just buying things and not making sure that their money makes money. But that's how white people survive. I'm trying to make generational wealth through whatever they give me.
Okay. And scare money don't make no money.
Period.
So what you gonna do with it? Look, you better do something.
Okay, that's what I need to scratch y'all first.
How much do you need? And what you gonna do with it?
2.5? Nah, it ain't enough. I don't think it's enough. I want enough to like have my own self-sufficient running community. I want my own everything. I want my own gas station. I want my own fucking everything. Grocery stores.
Cordell Town.
It ain't gotta be a Cordell.
Period.
It could be
He's
Harris.
the mayor.
It could be Harrisville if I like.
Oh, period.
I don't even gotta be the mayor, but I want to live like a king. I deserve to live like a king. I felt that I am a king. You know what I'm saying? So 2.5 million. King could wipe his ass without me.
His coffee. He's an African king.
But no, not even like to sound like cocky or anything like that. But that's kind of like one of my dreams to have something like.
Gotta throw the pedals for him when he walks, y'all.
You know what I'm saying? If I could take like just how we sitting right now, we all family. If we go buy some land, we go buy 10 acres, and I put my mansion here, then around the fucking bend is yours, but it's still half a block away. Then it's your mansion and your mansion. Look, we got a pond right here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
A pond with fishing and we got farming.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We got farming. We got.
But then I think, and I hate to say it,
I'm gonna need some people to work at the farm though, okay? I'm sorry, because I can't
but you
have the
have to
farm.
pay them well, because we did talk about
I would pay
slavery.
some white people.
Listen,
But
that's
that's-
what technology is for.
Right,
No, ma'am,
and
I'm
that's what I'm
hiring
saying.
technology. AI is starting to expand to the point where I don't need people. Technology will take care of it. for
Okay,
me.
but as long as that technology.
But what if the
how is
technology
so
accidentally
crazy?
slaughters my
Make sure y'all have
animals?
guns. Let's shoot them up.
I mean, people
But
can
that's-
do the same thing.
Technology.
I will hire people to make sure that the technology is running smoothly. Because
Okay.
just as people can make mistakes, so can technology.
Make sure you have enough guns for all of them. The
I'm
technology
happy,
and the motherfuckers that
I want
command
them to
them.
work for me like my ancestors did.
Ooh, period.
And I'm gonna pay them a
well,
lower wage.
isn't that, we'll just talk about that all
Yeah,
day.
it is.
But
It is reverse.
when
Yeah.
I said
But
self-sufficient community, everything works hand in hand. Everything goes. Not even you work for me. It ain't no big eyes and little U's. No.
yes, it
anything like
is.
that. No.
It is right
At least
now.
for a week. At least for a week. Give me a week.
It's a little shiggering thing right now. Shit.
The way I see it, everybody is going to contribute and everybody's going to live good, because if you're a farmer, you have, chicken and this and that. You supply all the chicken, you supplying all the steak, you supplying all the corn and this and that. If you have the gas, you make sure everybody can move around. He can move all his tractors and this and that and this. Why don't you deserve a big ass steak? At the end of the day,
Yeah.
you and your wife and your family.
If I chop
If
the
you
bitch
clean-
up, I may be eating steak.
If you clean houses and you do this and that and this and that, and everybody else in this village and this community is eating big ass steaks tonight, why don't you deserve it unless you just don't eat meat?
That's how it was ran in the South, for real, though.
You know what I mean? It's
Everybody
like I
looked
said,
out
it
for
ain't.
each other.
Everybody gonna have a big ass mansion. Everybody gonna have a you know what I'm saying, pool in the backyard. It's not a.
And yeah.
That's just how I see my community. That's just how I see mine.
Haha, see, we gonna run back to the
It's,
AI.
it's gonna be
Once I
like
get
Disney
rich, I
Channel
need rest.
Smart House, where that shit just completely malfunctioned on the end.
I don't know. I think that no matter what the technology, people are going to demonize it. You have to try to use it to the best of its ability.
They wild out too.
Everything
Yeah,
messes up sometimes.
people was afraid of fucking electricity where it was just like light bulbs.
Right, 'cause they said
it's the
kill
devil. It's gonna kill you.
Well, they had
will.
the alternating current versus
It
the
can if you use it wrong.
right.
Yeah,
So they
anything,
used the electricity to electrocute people, and they said then people were scared of it. Like the same thing with AI. Like we have to just be willing to step. That's the one thing that I want to say about this whole reparations thing. Just generally AI and all of it. We have to be willing to step into the future and decide that we are brave enough and strong enough to deal with whatever the issues are, and that that we have the fortitude to kind of stand behind what our core values are, so that we can move into the future that is a better, more well-equipped world for all of us. And I think that the fact that we're in the age of information, the fact that we're even moving beyond the age of information to the point where we have certain things like almost like the Jetsons and other things like that, we should be excited about that. We should not be afraid to step into that sort of reality. So, I think that, we as a community, as a world, need to look at these things with a sober understanding and think, hey, how do we want the world to be? And then proceed from there.
My son's going to have a flying car. I know it.
Yeah, I mean, if cars fly. Let's stop being afraid of everything, like Trey was saying. So until next time, guys, thank you guys so much for coming. Please, please, please don't just take what we say and run with it. Go on ahead and do your own research. Like Trey was saying, you can look up ADOS. You can look up what's happening in California. You can look up whatever you want to look up. Or you can download an app and ask AI and they'll look the shit up for you. We're there now, okay? Mm-hmm. We're there. So until next time, thank you guys so much for showing out and coming and listening. And thank you guys for sitting down with me. It's your girl, your sister, your best friend, 777 a.m. Peace out. That's it. Bye, everybody. Bye. Say bye.